Today is day 3 of Launch Dayton's Business Startup Week. I am headed down to the Dayton Arcade to participate in 2 classes today. One of them is incorporating wellness into your work life, and another one is about podcasting. So it's a no-brainer on incorporating wellness into your work life and why I would want to sit in on that class. I think it's really important to just infuse your day with wellness throughout the day and not necessarily carve out a huge time frame to do wellness. Carving out time for self-care is great, but when you don't have the time to do that, incorporating it is great. So I'm curious to hear what they have to say, to see what I can take away from this conversation. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually going to pick up a girlfriend on my way to the event. She's actually a mentor. I started out as her shampoo girl over 30 years ago. So I'm going to pick her up, and then we're going to head down to the Dayton Arcade. We're only going to be there for a couple of hours today. Well, really a few hours. The last class that I'm going to attend is at 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to head up to the store and open it. So today is one of those days we're opening later. It's tough when you're a solopreneur running a business because you don't have anyone to cover for you when you want to attend something, or you need to be out of town, or a loved one is sick and you can't be at the store. That's why it's always important, I think, to have multiple ways for your customers to shop or gain access to your products and services. And that's why we have a website as well as a brick and mortar. It makes it easy for people to go online and shop, and they can do a pickup option. We can, coordinate a time for pickups. I try not to worry about when I have ebbs and flows in my store schedule. I know it is frustrating for some people who think that we're going to be open at a certain time and we're not. I always try to go to Google My Business or Google Maps and change the time on Google Maps. So when people Google our store, they're able to see the time that we're open today. And I try to do that as far in advance as I possibly can. But sometimes I'm not able to get it to update as quick. Sometimes it can take a little longer, like 24 hours to update. So that's what we're doing today. I'm headed down, and I'll grab some footage of that so you can see day 3.
Credibility, and when you build credibility, you start to begin trust. So it's a great way for you to connect with those new and old clients. When we talk about things that you actually know on Google, so there's a website called uspto.gov. That's the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Who's going to get what? Who's responsible for what? You want to make sure that all of those.
That is a wrap on Launch Dayton's Business Week. And today was day 3, the last day of the conference. So I was really excited about today. The first talk I went to was about incorporating wellness into your business life. And I was really excited to get there because that's what I talk about on this channel, normalizing wellness, incorporating simple wellness into your life and your business. So I was really excited to get there. What I didn't know is some of the things that they were talking about, I couldn't identify with. They were speaking on practices and modalities that I don't participate in. But it's okay. I feel like even though I'm in a room where I'm not really familiar with the content that's being shared, there's always a takeaway in that situation. So I do have a few notes here. So the first thing was, self-care is essential for pouring out. You have to be healthy and whole in order to serve. And I believe that wholeheartedly. As a hairstylist for 25 years, many of us are, business owners, we're mothers, we're wives, we're caretakers. We wear so many hats, especially within our business. We wear a multitude of hats there. We're the shipping and the receiving and the accounts receivable, and we're customer service and, the whole 9 yards. And when you're doing that, you have to pour into yourself, and you have to build yourself up to be able to work at that capacity and constantly give and serve. So I thought that was really good. And the tagline for that was, you cannot pour from an empty cup. I always like to give myself like a little tagline. The second nugget was that a lot of times when we empower someone else or we encourage someone else, especially when it's a subject that we've already dealt with, we're able to encourage someone because we haven't been there, done that, right? A lot of times when we're doing that, it's a reminder to encourage ourselves again. Sometimes when we've gone through something and it's now part of our past, we don't revisit it, which is good. You should leave the past in the past. But sometimes those same nuggets can be good for where you're going as well. So you find yourself encouraging and empowering other people, especially in your business. If you have a service-based business where you're doing business coaching or hairstyling, hairstylists are really like cheap therapists. When you're doing caregiving or you're doing nursing or working in a medical facility or service-based business where you're constantly giving and pouring out and empowering, some of those same places that you can speak from and words of encouragement can be encouragement for you to move forward as well. The third nugget it was really a reflection because they were talking about power and energy. And as I was reflecting on them having that conversation, I thought to myself that I really feel like my power and energy comes from my spiritual relationship with Christ, and that how I draw from that energy is journaling, reading my Bible, doing meditation on that word. That really helps to energize me and gives me power to move through and just get through what I know won't be a journey for long. The second class that I attended was about podcasting, which is something that I'm really interested in. I know I'm just getting started with YouTube here, and I feel like podcasting would be the next step. So I was excited to participate in the class, and it was awesome. She gave so many nuggets. It was almost like information overload. She gave us a lot of things to think about in terms of podcasting, but a lot of the information applied to business in general when she talked about trademarking and having your contracts in order, which I thought was really great. So her name is Whitney Barkley, and she does a great job. She has her own podcast. She works for a business ecosystem here in the city of Dayton. She did a phenomenal job. One takeaway that I got from her was it's important for you to have your ducks in a row. You're, moving forward in a new way of promoting yourself or getting your business out there, because she did talk about how, podcasting is another segue for people to learn about your business. It's another way for people to really recognize that you exist, period. So when she talked about that, she said, you want to have your ducks in a row, you want to have your contracts in a row, so everybody is clear on their responsibility in terms of getting started with a podcast. So I thought that was good. Sometimes in business, as of late, it's been don't wait, just start. Start before you're ready. And you hear that a lot of times, just like I did this channel. I started my YouTube channel and I'm not really ready. I wasn't ready, but I knew I had to do it because I have been talking myself out of it for over a year. So the only way for me to get better at it is to continue to do it. But there are some areas of business and some areas that we participate in or that we utilize to grow our business that needs to be a little bit more buttoned up before we get started. And she gave me that impression. That's my takeaway for the second class. So there was a vendor space there, just like it was every day. We participated in it yesterday, and we had a fabulous turnout. We were able to talk to a lot of people. I didn't get much footage of that. Today, I didn't get a chance to talk to many vendors at all, really, but I did get a chance to just share with a couple of other small business owners that I know that live in the area and that I'm friends with on Facebook. So that was nice to just see people that I don't normally see on a regular basis. Super excited that I was able to go. I'm glad I made the commitment to participate and really showed up for myself. Part of business wellness to me is, pouring back into myself, letting someone educate me, being on the listening end instead of always being the one sharing the information. I feel empowered and encouraged. So thank you for going on the journey with me. If you want more content like this, of course, I would love for you to subscribe. If you have questions about business, I've been doing it for a while, but hey, I'm still learning. You can always put a question in the comment and I'll be happy to help any way I can, or I may have a resource that I could share with you guys. It is a new season. Be well, you guys.